We have lost the trade war. When was Liberation Day?
So while everybody's excited about learning about these Chinese manufacturers and these vendors, there's something very important that everybody needs to know. And as y'all can see, I do not gatekeep. I lived in China for years across 2 cities and traveled to well over a dozen cities in China. And while I am all for us fighting the power against American capitalism and the overall cost that a lot of folks have been paying for some of their favorite products from some of their favorite brands. Ni hao!
Saturday evening, and I'm looking at flights to China. Never before in history has China opened its doors. Not like this. This could be something really great for entrepreneurs, American entrepreneurs. Oh, the possibilities.
Glad to have you, amazing viewer. It's another exciting compilation, and this time we are doing business. So let's explore the opportunities in these tariffs. Like the video for recommendation, subscribe if you're new here. Also recommend this video to somebody else.
It's Sunday morning and I have some breaking news for you guys. Farmers in the US are asking for pause in the tariffs with China, otherwise they will go bankrupt.
The absolute audacity of the US to try to say that TikTok was going to make people pro-China and that was a national security risk. Meanwhile, Trump is out here being the biggest promoter for China ever.
$10, $10, and $10. Always $10. We have 7 colors. Look, app cards: brown, pink, green, black, and coffee.
China has 1.4 billion people. Now, I love smart, clever, inventive, adaptable people that, can even sort of improve their situation in a crisis. Now, like I said, China has 1.4 billion. Can you imagine how many of those smart people there are on a percentage basis in China? Compared to the rest of the world, they've probably got the same amount of smart people in their country as the rest of the world. Now, when I woke up this morning, I was scrolling, Sunday morning, scrolling just through my feed and having a coffee. And you've probably noticed it too, but every second post that came up were either Chinese manufacturers or Chinese wholesalers. Now, the wholesalers were giving you a list of things that they wholesaled, and the manufacturers were telling you what they make, and that they're more than happy to deal with you direct around the world. Now, I don't, and this is an adaptation of them losing trade from America. Now, I don't know if that means that they'll I'm sure they would deal directly with just Joe Blow, out of his home in the US, whether that can deviate around the tariff. Probably not, but I'm not sure, but you'll be able to tell me, because the Chinese tariff hasn't been paused like it has the rest of the world. So, they're adapting. Now, I know that the rest of the world already can, and does trade with with China, but, I have friends that have for many years dealt directly with China here in Australia as a home business. It's just their income, they're not billionaires. They don't have a great big warehouse out in the west somewhere. They deal out of their home. They sell out of their home. And it's fabulous. It's very hard work, but they do it. And maybe that's what the Chinese are thinking, that, this might encourage lots of people to, start doing that. And I think it's clever. You may have a different opinion, and you're more than entitled to that. And I'd like to hear it if you've got it. But anyway, that's what I was thinking this morning. So, yeah.
So while everybody's excited about learning about these Chinese manufacturers and these vendors, there's something very important that everybody needs to know. And as y'all can see, I do not gatekeep. I lived in China for years across 2 cities and traveled to well over a dozen cities in China. And while I am all for us fighting the power against American capitalism and the overall cost that a lot of folks have been paying for some of their favorite products from some of their favorite brands, recognize that a lot of these vendors are set up for brand, meaning that they are looking to provide services to people that need a multitude of products. What does that mean? A lot of these vendors are going to require something that is called an MOQ, which means minimum order quantity. So while you may want to just order your favorite athleisure outfit or maybe 2 or 3, they are going to be looking for people that are looking to buy 100, 500, 1,000 of a product. Now, if you're going to places like the Yellow app, you're able to buy one of your favorite style of shoe, jewelry, bag, and other types of apparel. So don't get discouraged, because this is also a time where small business can go up. You can become the neighborhood dollar store. You can become the neighborhood hair lady or beauty supply store. You could be the one-stop shop for school supplies. So if that means pulling the resources that you have or asking family, friends, associates to come in with you, this could be potentially the time to cut out the big man and be the middleman.
I guess you also want to find high quality OEM handbag factory to support your purse brand, right? No trick, no lies. We customize leather bags, PU bags, and nylon bags, low MOQ, and we can ship to most of countries. Get your code and you can see our contact information in the bio and follow Jinghao Bags. Thank you.
Still out there paying $1,000 for luxury items when the people in China are giving us the real tea? I'm not gonna lie, they're not wrong. These factories in China are where these big brands are getting their stuff from. They mass produce and then ship it to another country, allegedly. Slap a label on it and boom, it's luxury. And now the people in China are exposing the tea. Y'all better catch up. I got some suppliers if y'all need it, I'm just saying. If you've been following me, you know I always had the plug. Hold on now. Yeah. And I got some bags too. You know what? I'm gonna put y'all on. I have a plug for everything. Those specifically, I'm gonna put the plug's name right there in the caption. But I have a plug for bags and I have a plug for jewelry. So y'all let me know.
Shopping in China is next level, and I guarantee you if you take a trip to Guangzhou, you'll never see shopping the same. I was personally on a search for higher quality clothes with natural fibers and more intricate design, and every single thing that you're looking for, whether it's top of the line quality or a little mid-tier, there are entire dedicated malls for every single category. Here at the APM mall, you can find all categories and all price ranges. I bought a cashmere coat for $25 US, and the secret is that everybody comes here to get their inventory. And some of these places won't even allow you to record just to protect their customers' privacy, aka the brands that are buying wholesale. And here I am entering an entire mall dedicated to just undergarments. And I'm talking everyone from Skims, Spanx. Their factories are also producing the same thing and selling it for a fraction of the cost at these malls. I don't have time to walk every single mall here, but there's tons of clips. There's a wholesale center for hair, cosmetics, used electronics, and here's like a 5-block radius of all watches. And everywhere offers all different tiers of quality. Cut out the middleman and go shop in China.
I mean, there's no way the president is going to let us keep TikTok after this. Have you guys seen all of the China videos of just them dropping all of the information that we would ever need in our entire lives about America and American culture and American goods? Because me and the OEM factory guy that's showing me all of the things that I can never afford are just like besties on this timeline right now. And as much as I am loving it, because this is how you trade wars, you just give away all the secrets, duh, thank you. Pretty soon our government is just going to be like, hey idiots, now you can't be trusted because you're giving away all the secrets because we don't want to exchange information, which is why TikTok basically got banned the first time, because the exchange of information was happening so rapidly and they didn't like it. And now I found the Lulu factory, I found the Hermes factory, I found the Louis Vuitton factory, I found the Prada factory, I found the Nike factory, I found the Under Armour factory, and luckily enough, my daughter is going to China in like 8 days, so we're just gonna go on a quest. Bring me back some of that good skincare, I'll send you my credit card information, it'll be great, it's a great deal. But the way that my timeline, my like FYP has changed so rapidly, and it's all of that stuff now, is amazing. I love the internet.
Ticket free, launch free, pickup free. Do you want to earn more money? We know you. We are Kishu Factory in China, and we want to invite you to visit our factory. With no funds, MOP only 30 pieces and $100, then can start the business. The one who has the most like in the comment, we will invite you to visit our factory. Please follow and leave your comment.
Are any of you guys seeing the Chinese manufacturers on TikTok telling you all the ways to avoid tariffs? Like, They're like, China updated their policies. You can come to China for 15 days, visa free, and come shopping, and then list it as a personal item when you go home. And they're like, if you want to buy some knockoffs, we're more than happy to help you do that. 80% off. Like, I'm like, where did this come from? I've been seeing it all day on TikTok.
Going down the DH gate rabbit hole, especially with all the tariffs going on, and seeing the ungodly amount of money I've spent on designer over the years has me pissed. As a former sneakerhead, I guess maybe I still am, but we used to look down on people that would buy DH gate shoes because they're not real and you could only wear real shoes. And then getting into designer, where I've bought so much Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, all of these big brands, that we kind of look down on people that will buy fake, what we consider fake from DH gate. And now to find out that stuff is the same stuff that I could have been buying for $100, but I spent $2,000 on it. This makes me sick. I knew I should have put that money into an investment property or something to make me money, but I just wanted to stunt. So now I'm going to be living by what I tell my clients to not worry about designer. Put that money into real estate.
One more secret that I feel like every single American needs to know. So you know the stereotype that things from China are cheap and low quality? That was actually never true. China has always had, for decades now, the most advanced manufacturing facilities in the entire world. So where did this come from? It came from the fact that there's a whole bunch of middlemen in America, billionaires, FBA bros, everyone that would just go to China and purposely try to get the lowest quality, cheapest, shittiest product they could ever fucking find, and then come over and sell it at a premium price. And that's why we have this idea that all things made in China are cheap and shitty. Like in China, you can go over and buy a pair of shoes for like $1, and that's gonna be the equivalent of like the cheap Chinese shoes that they sell over here for $20 or $30. But in reality, like they actually have a pair they sell for $12 that's like supreme quality, that is like nothing we have over here. They just don't want to import that pair because then that takes up too much of their money. Like this whole time, China has been making good shit. It's just like we didn't know that because of propaganda and they want to scam us.
China is so big. If you really want to make money by sourcing products from China, come to UCT. Yoga roller, $1. Lipstick, $1. Pet clothes, $1. Over 10,000 kind of products, all about $1. Perfect to open a gift store in your country. If you're interested or want catalog, message me now. I'm Yuri, your sourcing expert in China.
Up to all the Chinese factories on here, absolutely causing chaos in response to the Orange Man's tariffs and attempts at a trade war. But you can't convince me that this wasn't a coordinated attack, that they're not on some sort of group chat. And let's be honest, it would be a WhatsApp chat if it was. And they've all woken up this morning and chose violence together. And this is one of the best things I've seen come out of, TikTok and social media for so long, because it's a beautiful response to hit them where it hurts in regards to the trade war Trump is attempting to create. I mean, what did they think was going to happen? I'm absolutely not a materialistic person in any way, and conceptually the idea of purchasing a product like a handbag for the same price of what could be a house deposit in Australia is insane to me. But I'm also not upset with the knowledge that I do have now, that if I do decide to buy a bag like a Birkin, I could buy one directly from the factory that creates Birkins at a price of $1,000 instead of the $40,000 US retail price tag that they have there, and the only difference is the logo. I mean, that's good to know. Also, apparently we're paying way too much for laundry pods, because now I can just go purchase them for 5 cents from another factory apparently in China too. The best thing I saw was one Chinese factory making fun of JD's eyeliner and explaining how more expensive it'll be now with the tariffs. That was fucking gold. Anyway, the factory's response is chef's kiss, no notes, absolutely here for it. On a deeper level, there are absolutely companies and brands in America that support the administration and what they're doing, and a way to fight back is to fight back where it hurts, which is in their fucking pockets. So if you can go directly to a factory to purchase a product you would normally purchase from them, I don't see why that's a bad idea.
China has to make a deal.
You all think you're gonna outcompete China in a trade war? Oh my God. You're all gonna starve to death, you idiots. Your entire agriculture industry relies on Chinese imports. Even when you can manage to grow food, you can't even harvest it yourselves. You're the least resilient people on the planet. Like 75% of you are so anxious you can't get out of bed without hitting the Benjamin or drinking like 2 bottles of wine a night. What are you gonna survive on? Bullets?
China! I did not know Chinese people could be this petty. I see Chinese people and I'm like, they're very cutesy, they're very demure, they're very mindful. But Uncle Trump, you have pressed the wrong button. I don't know what you have done. I don't know what's going on, okay? So this is a no visas. I have no idea. This is me watching from TikTok. But I don't know what's going on at the moment. But one thing for sure, I am loving the way Chinese people are being petty. I did not know you guys could be this petty. No, I don't know if you guys have stumbled across China FYP or Chinese FYP, this war going on between China and America at the moment. I am loving it. I'm loving the way they're spilling all the beans. Chinese people are spilling a lot. Don't come for my British ass. Actually, I'm not British, I'm Nigerian. Don't come for my Nigerian ass. I am just a resident in the UK. But I promise you, when it comes to this case, I'm Nigerian. Don't come to England though. Please don't. Because we're not that strong. We are not that strong in England. We are not. We don't fight. We're very polite. We're very kind. We're very cutesy. We're very mindful. We don't fight. Like, we just go, you're right, Alan. Hi. Like, we're very mindful here. Don't come for us, please. But I am loving all the pettiness. I did not know Chinese people have it. Guys, have you come across all these videos? They are spilling everything. China 0, America -0.0000000. Because I'm loving it. I'm here for it. I'm loving it.
Maybe I love the tariffs, okay? Because China is using it to take down the US luxury goods industry, and I'm cheering them on. If you're not already on manufacturer talk, you need to get there, because all the factories in China that make all of our luxury goods are like, all right, fine, we're just gonna start selling direct to consumer. Instead of us taking the tariffs, they're taking the profit from the companies. And now you could get customized Birkenstocks for $10 any style. Lululemon, $5 to $10. It'll be missing the label. It'll have all the same fucking materials and construction. So I hope that this ends the fucking consumerism and materialism that we've started to see in the young people, because you're going to look pretty stupid walking around with something you paid $500 for when everyone around you has the exact same thing and they paid $10 for it. Like, does that label make you better, or does it make you a fucking sucker when it's the only difference? Good job, Trump.
I know this information is out there, but not everyone will be partaking of it. So you are lucky to have come across this channel. You are lucky to have come across this information on this channel. Thank you so much for being here. Like the video if you've watched to this extent, and if not like the video, kindly do so. Recommend this video to somebody else. Let's have many business owners so that you can see how we can bring the prices down. If you want to be the next, or should I say, luxury brand, and you want to hike the price to the roof, then you know what will happen to you. So this is an opportunity for business owners. And I remember when Americans joined TradeNot, and they were complaining about the TikTok ban and things that the government is doing, and Chinese were all over social media telling them, like, why don't you rebel? Why don't you do something? Why don't you? And this group chat, it's working. Collectively, they have come together. TikTok is banned in their country, but I don't know how they navigated this thing for them to flood TikTok. So this is the power of social media, and I'm glad that Chinese are taking this to the next level. We can tell that things started with them. TikTok started there, maybe. This is pure rebellion that is in good faith. It's going to lift so many people out of poverty. And also I feel like the power is now being handed to small business owners. If you're already doing business, this is a great opportunity for you to grab so that you're able to, yeah, to stand out now. Thank you so much for being here. We wish you luck. We pray that farmers will find solution in the US, because food is how you live, guys. So we pray that you'll find a solution. We pray that things will change, because we need healthy people to buy products from China after all. Yeah, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Stay tuned for more.